Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. So, before we dive into today's episode, which is Dorit calling her estranged husband PK, quote, a full blown alcoholic on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now, some might think that's a little harsh, but I have a theory on what's really going on here, and perhaps this is all a part of their little evil plan. So before we dive in, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. It is a fun and easy way to support me and the show, and I would really appreciate that. So go ahead. All right, let's dive right on in. So as you guys know, season 14 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is in full bloom. It premiered tonight, and a lot has been uncovered. Number one, Dorit is talking about her separation from PK. She's calling him an alcoholic, and they are beefing on the show. He's going to Mauricio for advice. Blah, 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 blah. Let's get into this Paytix article, and I'm going to tell you guys what I think is really going on. Again, it's just my opinion, and everything is alleged. So Dorit Kemsley didn't hold back on Tuesday's Real Housewives of Beverly Hills premiere. The reality star put her estranged husband, Paul PK Kemsley, on blast as their separation played out in season 14. While speaking to Kathy Hilton about their very, very toxic dynamic, Dorit called PK, quote, a full-blown alcoholic, which is really, really harsh. Elsewhere in the episode, the Bravo celebrity told Erica Jane that she didn't want her partner's toxic energy around their small children, son Jagger 10 and daughter Phoenix 8. Over the years, his drinking has gotten progressively worse, and little fights will turn into blow-ups, she claimed. We would be in the gutter after a fight, screaming at one another. There was no catastrophic event, no one cheated on anyone, Dorit clarified of their split. Okay. She recalled a week ago there was a moment and it was over nothing, and one thing led to another. And we sat down like the two very mature adults who love and care about one another and mutually decided that taking some space is the best thing. On Tuesday's episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Dorit gave viewers an update on where she and the businessman currently stand. Things are good, we are friendly, we're communicating, and things are status quo, she said, claiming that divorce isn't even a topic of conversation. Okay, so this is what I think is going on here. Well, wait, let me finish and then I'll tell you what I think is going on. The fashion designer added that their kids don't know that they are separated. She and PK tied the knot in March of 2015, making their separation public in May after 9 years of marriage. We appreciate your love and support while we continue to do the work necessary throughout this journey, they wrote in a joint statement at the time. Okay, this is what I think is going on here. All right. Do I believe that Dorit and PK's separation is legit? No. And by legit, I mean, do I think that these two people just came to a place in their marriage and was like, this isn't working, we're fighting all the time, we're not in love anymore, let's, separate, take some space, and see if that will lead to divorce? No. I think a couple of things are going on here. Number one, I think there might be something coming for PK/Dorit from a legal standpoint. I think once people started to do, myself included, deep dives into whether or not their home invasions were legitimate, were these insurance scams, his gambling debts, the bankruptcies, the fraud allegations, the failed businesses, the loans, like it just goes on and on and on and on with their legal and their money problems and their financial issues, that I think that there might be something coming and they're trying to get ahead of it with this separation. We see that happen a lot with couples who one partner is being sued in lawsuits and they want to protect the children, they want to protect their assets, their property, their money, this, that, and the third. So they pretend to have these separations so the wife can claim, I wasn't a part of it, it wasn't me. I should have immunity. Don't take away our stuff. We're separated. Don't come after me. These aren't my debts. Because the way that PK and Dorit are acting on the show, their stories are too clean. Like, Dorit isn't really upset. She's not really mad. She doesn't look distraught. PK doesn't look distraught or mad. It looks like these are the stories they came up with as excuses for why they are separating. I don't get the energy that it is an authentic separation. I get that it is a strategic thing that they're doing to get ahead of something that is legal that might be coming for them. A big reason why I also think that is because now we know that the entire time that they're filming this, they aren't paying their mortgage. And their home is now in pre foreclosure. They missed 4 months of payments. So 4 months is a long time. While they are filming Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they're not paying their mortgage. So if they're not able to pay that bill, they're going to get kicked out. I feel like these, grifters or whatever you con artists, fraud people, allegedly, whatever you want to call them, I don't think they'll ever end up homeless because I think they always sort of have like, their next scam going on, their next con going on, their next fraud going on. I also think that's why Dorit is so unabashedly coming for Kyle this season because she no longer has to pretend like she likes her. I don't think Dorit ever liked Kyle. I think she was faking it the entire time. And now she sort of has a green light to say to Kyle everything she's always wanted to say to her. By green light, I mean Kyle's no longer being protected by the producers. They're like, you guys, everybody has to be more honest. Everything that happens with social media and Lisa Rinna and just in general with reality TV, producers are protecting people less and less now because we, the audience, are more in tune to everything that's going on. I think also Dorit needed a storyline. I think that her diamond was on the line and she knew that. So she knew she had to step it up. And what better way to have a storyline is I'm separated from my husband. We're getting divorced and I am beefing with my ex-best friend, Kyle Richards, who used to be the producer darling, who's going through it now. Like what better way to keep her diamond than by beefing with Kyle and by going through a separation? So all of that leads me to believe that I don't think PK and Dorit separation is real or legitimate in the way that you would think of it as two married people maybe falling out of love and separating and seeing if they get divorced. I think it's for storyline. I think it's for protection because there might be something legal coming for PK. That's just what I think. Also, their stories don't make sense. They're clean. And by clean, I mean, it seems very much like they got together and was like, this is what you're going to say. And this is what I'm going to say. And then we're going to go on camera and then we're going to repeat it and blah, 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 blah. That's what I mean by clean, but they don't make sense. Dorit is saying PK is a full-blown alcoholic. He gets into these rages and, that's why we need to separate. We're so toxic. So according to Dorit, he's a full-blown alcoholic and he gets crazy and irate and toxic when he gets drunk and their fights get really crazy. According to PK, when he's talking to Mauricio, they're separating because he is sober and he has a sober coach or something like that. And now that he is sober, he's realizing that he doesn't want to be with Dorit anymore because she doesn't listen to him. What? So I'm confused here. How is it that he gets sober and wants a divorce, and she's saying he drinks all the time and wants a divorce? Wouldn't it be that he got sober and now their marriage is better and their relationship is better? None of that makes any sense to me. And then also saying that they haven't told the children yet. Well, I think the reason why people don't tell kids is one of two things. Either one, they are holding out to see if they get back together. And so they don't want to tell the kids in case they get back together. Or two, they are not telling the children because it's not a real separation. We've seen this happen a couple of times, like, with Juan, Dixon, and Robin in Potomac. They didn't tell their children that they were actually legally divorced, and the kids found out by Googling it. That to me is absolutely crazy and scarring. We've seen us also in Potomac with Stacy. She's going through a divorce and she's saying that they have not yet told their daughter, I think her name is Isabella, yet until they figure out, custody and everything. So we've heard this sort of, we're separated, we're divorcing, but we haven't told the kids yet. but we are also filming a international reality TV show, but we are keeping it a secret from our children. Again, none of this makes any sense. Like, children aren't dumb. Every child has an iPad. Every child has screens and the internet. So it doesn't make any sense that these people are like, oh yeah, we're separated, divorcing. We're playing it all out on a reality TV show, but our kids don't know. Are you kidding? Your children know how to read, and if they don't know how to read, they know how to, have things read to them with AI or whatever the case may be. Anyway, it's all whack, it's all bizarre. And I think that everything is leading to the fact that I think this whole PK Dorit separation is because of something financial and something legal, I think is the core of it. I think something might be coming for them and they're trying to get ahead of it. We also saw this happen with, Erica Jane and Tom Girardi when they knew that he was not going to get out of these lawsuits, when they knew that an indictment was coming for him. All of a sudden, Erica's like, we're separated. He was cheating on me. He was so mean and cold throughout our entire relationship. Wah, wah, wah. When prior to that, it was Tom's amazing. He funds my entire career. He's so great. He's this amazing and brilliant man. So why is it all of a sudden now he's horrible and mean and all of these things when he's about to get hit with the lawsuits? If it were not for the lawsuits, would you be getting a separation? Probably not, because again, you're just trying to protect yourself and you're trying to protect your assets. Also, we've seen the whole like trying to blame some type of addiction or illness on the alleged illegal fraudulent activities. With Tom Girardi, all of a sudden he had dementia. With I don't know if you guys know about Murdaugh. I forgot his first name, but like look up like the Murdaugh murders or whatever. There was this guy, I think it was like in either North or South Carolina. He was like this big hotshot lawyer, but the entire time he was basically doing what Tom Girardi was doing, stealing his clients' money, running this huge Ponzi scheme. And then when he got caught, all of a sudden, oh, I'm addicted to pills. I have this addiction. That's what it is. Now all of a sudden, PK is a full-blown alcoholic. Again, it's just very much in the same line of when these people get caught or they think they're going to get caught with their alleged, illegal fraudulent activity, all of a sudden we're getting separated, it's a divorce, they're an alcoholic, they have dementia, they're addicted to this, blah, 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 just to cover their tracks. And I think that's what's going on here. I mean, PK literally said she's been the Bonnie to my Clyde. Bonnie and Clyde were two criminal couples. I mean, he knew what he was saying because it was the truth. So I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think PK and Dorit's separation / alleged upcoming divorce, which she said wasn't even a topic of conversation. So do you think the separation is legit, as in a normal separation, or do you think this is just, again, one of their cons, one of their schemes and scams in order to try to protect any assets that they have in case there is a lawsuit or a, fraud case coming after them? So as always, put it down below. And what do you think about Dorit and Kyle's beef? Whose side are you on? What do you think the root cause is? And with that, you guys, be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.